Hello, everyone. Greetings and blessings to all of you. I've been looking forward to meeting everyone at my very first St. Hilda's Gaudy, and I'm very, very sad that we did not have the chance today to meet each other. If you've watched the Gardeners panel earlier, you have probably already seen me and definitely met me. And you might have noticed that I have a non-fuss communal approach to gardening and that I love cooking Mediterranean food, especially dolmas, using my Turkish auntie's recipes. And that I dare to collect mushrooms in the English countryside, something that my German grandmother, taught me. I am St. Hilda's new chaplain, and I have been in post for about 3 weeks now. In the last 3 weeks, I have met many of our current students, our fellows and staff. I had an exceptionally warm welcome at St. Hilda's. And I think this has something to do with what my chaplaincy means to college. And so I wanted to tell you a little bit about it today. You might have heard that earlier this year, the governing body, after wide consultation, made a decision to move from providing a Christian chapel to creating a multi-faith space called the Sanctuary. What St. Hilda's is doing here is quite extraordinary. This move is bold and emancipatory and in true St. Hilda's fashion, really. It is prophetic. It asks what the role of faith is and should look like in a higher institution setting in Britain in the 21st century, and how the role of an Oxbridge chaplain must evolve accordingly. We should be all very, very proud of our college taking a lead on this question in Oxford and beyond. Now, there might be some of us who think that we don't need a chapel anymore or a faith space, that it is outdated and unnecessary, and that a chaplain's role will evolve into being some kind of a surrogate welfare officer. I disagree. Let me tell you why with a little story. In this story, there's a rabbi and his son. And the story goes as followed. Every day, the son of the rabbi goes into the woods to pray. Watching his son doing this day after day, the rabbi asks his son why he does not pray at home. Isn't God everywhere the same? The rabbi asks. The son replies, yes, but I'm not. When we go out into nature or step into a church, mosque, synagogue, temple, or join in worship or prayer meetings in someone's house or simply sit down to meditate, we often leave behind, or we intend to leave behind, the sounds and conversations of our everyday lives. Diotima in Plato's dialogue, the Symposium, calls it trying to get a sort of eternity. A worshipful place is a place of stillness and of pause. It is a place where we try to connect with what is beyond us, with what came before us, and sometimes we hope to catch a glimpse at what is yet to come. It gives us a sense of futurity, a sense of possibility, and an opportunity to ask ourselves an important question. And that question is what it means to be truly human. Religion is one way, and maybe the oldest and the most traditional way of asking this question, but there are many, many others. We all know those moments when we hear melody or look at a flower, witness a simple gesture of friendship, catch ourselves smiling at a stranger for no reason, and we feel that there's something greater than us and beyond us. Colleges need spaces like that. We all know that. Colleges need spaces where we can hang up our academic titles on the door, where we can forget about the essays that we need to write and read that week, where we can pause and find stillness, where we can explore how to be ourselves, but in communion with others. Spaces where we can just be us. Spaces where we can just be human. The move from an Anglican chapel to a multi-faith space symbolizes just that, a radical acceptance and embrace of everyone regardless of their backgrounds, and regardless of whether or what they believe or don't. This is not to say that other college chapels are not welcoming, that our previous chapel was not welcoming. I met our previous chaplain, Brian Montfort, and I think that his approach to chaplaincy was very welcoming and very inclusive. Now, it means that our new multi-faith space, the sanctuary, does not need to be inclusive anymore because everyone is already included. We don't need to extend a hand of welcome anymore because everyone already belongs in the space. Now, I think that this new sense of belonging and togetherness will help us uphold each other and care for each other in the coming academic year. And this will be a difficult academic year. There is no guidebook as of yet about about navigating the uncertainty of these times. These times will challenge us as a college community. And when I say challenge us, that's really a key thing to understand, because that means that there is an us. And you, our dear friends and former students of St. Hilda's, are of course included in this us. Now it is my task as a chaplain to offer a blessing for this day. It was a really wonderful place to spend together, and Triona Adams did a wonderful job of organizing it all and coming up with such a wonderful theme. The Gaudy theme of this year was Go Green, and it offered us the opportunity to explore St. Hilda's beautiful gardens, even from distance. It also offered us the opportunity to honor nature and speak about community and what holds us all together. I want to leave us with a beautiful poem by Wendell Berry. Wendell Berry is a poet, novelist, and farmer from the United States. And across all of his writing, his message is the same. And the message is the following: humans must learn how to live in harmony with each other and the earth. And I cannot imagine a better message for us all today. After the poem, I would like for you to join me for a few moments of silence. Let's use the silence as a moment of togetherness, as a moment of pause, as a moment of being together and in communion with each other. How to Be a Poet, to Remind Myself, by Wendell Berry. Make a place to sit down, be quiet. You must depend upon affection, reading, knowledge, skill. More of each than you have: inspiration, work, growing older, patience. For patience joins the eternity. Any readers who like your poems, doubt their judgment. Breathe with unconditional breath, the unconditioned air. Shun electric wire. Communicate slowly. Live a three-dimensioned life. Stay away from screens. Stay away from anything that obscures the place it is in. There are no unsacred places. There are only sacred places and desecrated places. Accept what comes from silence. Make the best you can of it, of the little words that come out of the silence, like prayers prayed back to the one who prays. Make a poem, or maybe a life, that does not disturb the silence from which it becomes. So, dear friends, thank you for coming to this session. I hope that I will see you very, very soon. If you need me as your chaplain, please don't hesitate to write. And now I would like to give over the word to our wonderful Triona Adams, and for a last round of thank yous, I think.
Absolutely. I don't want to...
First, thank you to you. Thank you again
Thank
for
you.
organizing such a wonderful Gaudy.
And thank you for joining us for your first Gaudy of, I'm sure, many. It was lovely to be able to get you and for you to meet so many of our alum. And I think, as you've just illustrated, college family today. I think there's been a real sense of everybody coming together and having a bit of space outside of this extraordinary normal life that we're going through at the moment. So thank you very much for bringing that to such a gracious conclusion. I won't say anything more, apart from to thank my colleagues, Demelza Abbott, and perhaps most especially Harris Ferguson, who has been enabling all of this to happen. So I hope you've all had a wonderful day. You can watch all of the sessions again via the website. And as soon as we can, we look for you in real life, whenever that will be. But just to say thank you very much, everyone, and we'll see you all soon.
Ciao.